Hey, what's happening? Well, today we're having, let me bring this up so you can see my face. Chef Jesse here. Uncle Jesse, Chef Jesse, whatever you want to call me, just don't call me late to dinner. Listen, today we're having an Italian-American dish called chicken Lombardi, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of ways to make it, and you probably, you probably have a recipe from the other side, from your aunt, from your grandmother, your mother, but I'm going to do the easy Chef Jesse's chicken Lombardi, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do it because it's delicious. It really is, and it's good. You can eat it with pasta. You can eat it with mashed potatoes. You can eat it with rice. It is really, really, really good. It's very simple to make, and in front of your eyes, I'm going to make it, and you're going to learn how to make chicken Lombardi. And stay tuned. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to flour. I'm going to dredge the chicken. I'm going to dredge my chicken in flour. Now, I'm not going to put the chicken in water, milk, eggs, and just the chicken, a little bit moistened, and I'm going to put it in flour, and then I'm going to put it to the side, and I'm going to fry it in olive oil, and you're going to see how I do this. So, look at this. Okay, let's see if we can go down here. Okay, we can go, there we go. Okay, so you see it, right? Okay, so there goes. So I'm going to take my first piece of chicken, okay? I thinly sliced them. See, I hate flour. I thinly sliced them, and make sure you always wash your hands. Always. When you're working with chicken, please, 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 please wash your hands. Okay? And be careful for cross-contamination. Okay? So here it goes. Nothing big. Just, there you go. And then onto a plate. Okay? And I'm going to take my other one. Let me put this down. Let me see. This is a piece of fat here. Let me take that off. Okay? Okay, so slightly, like I said, just push down the flour. Okay? You don't have to moisten this. You don't have to like put it in egg anything because it's not that's not the recipe, okay? Although if you want to do it, I guess you can do it. I don't know, but this is Chef Jesse's way of doing easy chicken Lombardi, a American Italian dish, okay? And it's similar to chicken. It's similar to actually similar to chicken marsala. It's very similar to chicken marsala, and this is the way you would start making your chicken marsala if you if you were doing chicken marsala. This is very similar, I guess, to chicken marsala. The only thing that it's going to be finished off in the oven, and it's going to be topped with mozzarella and some green onions, and then that's about the only difference. But the way to cook it, it's basically the same. So here we go. We're dredging the okay, and then I'm going to show you in a little while how we are going to fry these things. Can I turn this on? So folks, I am going to start cooking my chicken to start making my chicken Lombardi, right? Okay, so stay tuned. So I'm going to start off with this cast iron skillet because I'm going to cook everything in one shot. So I started with covering the bottom evenly with olive oil. And now I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of, you're supposed to use unsalted butter, but I don't know. I use salted butter. I don't know. I'm going to use salted butter. What the hell? I'm going to turn my stove on. And I'm going to get the cast iron skillet nice and warm. Not too hot because you don't want to burn the butter. You don't want to throw the chicken there and let it splatter and cook quick. You want to let it cook, you want to simmer it, you'll see. Okay, folks, so I'm getting my oil nice and warm. And then I got my butter in there, and the butter will prevent, So I got to. Okay. So you can hear the sizzling. I don't know if you can hear the sizzling, but there you go. Let me switch you over down here, and there goes my cast iron skillet. This cast iron skillet, I love this cast iron skillet. It does everything. And let me put my chicken in there. There you go. So you hear that slight sizzling. So that means it's nice and warm. It's not too hot. The chicken's not going to bounce all over the place. You're not going to get a mess. And you're going to cook these, if they don't fit in the thing, don't worry, you can cook these in batches because you're going to take this chicken out and put it onto a plate and save it for later because and then you're going to cook your mushrooms. You're going to cook, second of all, you're going to cook your mushrooms, then put that on the side, and then you're going to create your sauce with marsala sauce, with marsala wine and chicken broth and all that stuff. A little bit of flour. You're going to thicken up the sauce. You're going to return everything back into the pan, coat it with lots of mozzarella and some green onions, and then you're going to bake this. Oh yeah, you're going to bake it for a while. So it's going to be good, folks. Stay tuned. So folks, look at that. Look how this smells delicious already. So I'm frying these things in olive oil until they're golden brown. Some olive oil, some butter. I'm gonna cook them until they're golden brown, which they almost are. These two are a little need more heat. And then I'm gonna take it out, put them to the side, and I'm gonna start cooking in that same oil and that mixture right there. I'm gonna start cooking my mushrooms. Okay. So folks, you see my chicken, right? It's nice and brown, and it's almost done. It's almost done. Okay, and in the same, all this liquid and all this, I'm gonna cook my mushrooms in there in the same thing. Okay, and then I'm gonna take it out. Okay, all this is gonna help me with the flavors. This is where all the flavors are coming together. Okay, all the flavors are coming together. Now, folks, I took my chicken out, and all this. Let me show you. I got a handle. I got this leather handle here for the grips for the cast iron. This is great. Ooh, it's hot. So anyway, all this in there. I'm not gonna dump this. I'm gonna throw my mushrooms in there and cook them in that. Okay. So I'm gonna stir my mushrooms around. Okay. And as soon as I cook these mushrooms, I'm gonna take them and put them to the side. And then I'm gonna create, with everything left in there, I'm gonna create my sauce, my gravy. Actually, this is called gravy. For my chicken Lombardy. Okay? And this mushroom's kind of big here. I'm going to cut this mushroom. I don't like this mushroom. I'm going to cut this mushroom. Let's see. Come over here. I'm going to cut this mushroom like down the line here. There we go. Look at that. There you go. See? Okay. So I'm going to cook all these mushrooms. These are all getting the nicer flavor. And I'm gonna saute them in here, okay? And then in a little while, when they're done, I'm gonna take them out, put them to the side, and then I'm gonna create with the same mix. I'm gonna create the gravy. You're gonna see how I do that. Okay, folks. So now I'm cooking this real low. I have all these nice pieces of, I'm gonna break this down. This is all the breakdown from the chicken, from the flour. And I'm gonna mix it around, okay? And this is gonna give this is gonna give flavor. You can't get rid of this. Okay, I'm gonna use a cup of chicken masala. Not chicken masala, masala wine. Masala wine. Okay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna reduce that in there. It's going to start to reduce, and I'm gonna add about 1.5 of chicken stock. Okay. There you go. And I'm gonna get this all in there. Okay. I'm gonna add some butter. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter in here. And in a few minutes, I'm gonna raise the heat on this so that it can start thickening up and make it into a gravy. And I should have had my butter ready, but I don't. But then I'm gonna get 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, we're gonna put the butter in there. Okay, like so. We're gonna melt that butter in there. There we go. So the masala is in there. The masala wine is in here. Chicken stock and the butter. Okay, and you can see the nice color now. And I'm gonna let that. And when it's cool off like that, I'm gonna start adding some flour. Okay, so I'm gonna add a tablespoon of flour, 2 tablespoons of flour. And I'm gonna add flour until I thicken this up. Okay. Now make sure this is not too hot, because if it's too hot, you're gonna get lumps. So you want to get this when it's cool. Okay. When the wine is cool. Okay. Now you notice how it's starting to turn color, like a brownish color. That's the gravy taking place, coming together. Look at that. You're gonna stir this and bring up the heat a bit until it starts to thicken up. You want this into a gravy. Now you gotta, it's up to you how you want your gravy. If you want it thick, if you want it smooth. Okay, try to break those little lumps in there. Okay, try to break those lumps. Oh, I can smell the wine. Okay. Okay, so just keep stirring until it gets thick. You know what I mean? So folks, you see that it's starting to it's starting to get thickened up. The gravy is starting to thicken up. Look at that. Okay, and if it gets too heavy, you can just throw in some more chicken stock. But I'm looking for the right consistency, and this looks great. This is the right consistency. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add a little drop of some of the chicken stock just to make it a little bit more softer. Because I'm looking for a smooth. I'm looking for not a heavy gravy. I'm just looking for a light gravy. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for, and it looks like it's nice. Look at that. You see that? That's the consistency I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off. I'm going to actually return the chicken in here into the gravy like so. Okay, there you go. Look at that. Oh, look at that. And then I'm gonna so I'm gonna simmer this chicken into the gravy like so. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And then I'm gonna throw my mushrooms on top. And it's very simple. Okay, look at the mushrooms. Okay, so just throw the mushrooms in there, stir it up, let that simmer in there for a little while, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay folks, so here we go. I returned the mushrooms and I put the chicken back in it and I let it simmer a little while. Okay, now this gravy is just the right consistency that I want. Okay, and if you want a little bit more smoother, actually, you could just add some more of the chicken broth. Okay, just add a little bit by, just ease it up little by little, and this way you don't get it too soft. Okay, so this looks like the right consistency. It's nice and it's not too thick. It's, as a matter of fact, I want a little bit more, so I'm gonna eat some. Okay, so there it goes. So it looks nice. Okay, now I've cooked this already for a little while, and now I'm gonna throw the cheese on top. I'm gonna put this off the flame. I'm gonna let this sit on the side here for maybe 5 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna throw cheese on top of it and the onions, and you're gonna see how I do that. Okay folks, so I'm gonna do the finishing touches. So my oven has been on. I preheated my oven at 350, and I'm gonna lay this thing up with cheese. Okay, and don't be scared about the cheese. Just lay it up with cheese. Lay it up with cheese. Okay, lay it up. Cover the whole pan with cheese. Okay. And if you need to go to the store, buy more cheese, get more cheese. I don't care. But this is what you're going to do, okay? So look at that. So I used about a cup of cheese, or more or less, or more than a cup of cheese. Okay, let me go get some more. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So this is, I'm going to cover this completely with the cheese. Okay. Completely with the cheese. And then I'm going to use the green onions that I cut up like so. There you go. And I'm going to just lay it up with on top. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look delicious. Tell me this does not look delicious and appetizing. Okay? And wait till it comes out of the oven. Oof. So my oven's been preheated to 350. I'm going to bake this in the oven for about maybe another 15 until the cheese melts, because the chicken is cooked, the gravy, everything's cooked. I just want the cheese to melt, so I'm going to put it in there for maybe uncovered, maybe 10-15 minutes or so. I don't know. So I'm going to put it in the top rack at 250, and we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how it looks. So folks, I'm making some corn. I put about a tablespoon of butter in there, and I put some salt, and I put some sugar in there to get a nice sweet corn. Okay, so this is what the sweet corn looks like. So folks, the moment everyone's been waiting for. How is this gonna look? Let's take it out of the oven and see. Oh my God, this is delicious. Look at that. Look at that. And there goes your chicken Lombardy. Wow, doesn't that look good? Look at that. So folks, you can have this with pasta. You can have it with rice. You can have it, whatever. I like it with pasta, but today it was. I wasn't gonna make pasta. I just didn't have. There's too much food, too much food, and too much. But anyway, I'm gonna have this with mashed potatoes. These mashed potatoes I made with. It's got what the hell? Bacon. That's what it has. It has bacon in it. And then I got some corn that I show you how to make. And I'm gonna be serving this in a few minutes and taking it to the table because everything looks good at the table. Stay tuned. So folks. Let me do a recap. We did chicken Lombardy today, which is an American Italian dish. I started out with a chicken cutlet. I fried it in olive oil and butter. with just drenched in flour, and then I took it, moved it to the side, and then I sauteed my mushrooms. I moved that to the side, and then I created my gravy by using masala wine, chicken broth, and butter. And I just thickened up the sauce, made it into a gravy, and then cooked it for a while. Returned everything back into the one skillet, which is great. Cooked it in one skillet, and I put everything together, and then I drizzled it with mozzarella cheese, and green onions. Put it in the oven, cooked it. I made some mashed potatoes with bacon bits and all kind of stuff, and corn. And I'm gonna take it to the table and see how it looks. So I'm at the table. I want to show you now how it looks. Look at that. Look at that chicken. Look at that chicken. Nice and creamy. It's got the cheese melted in it. It's got the gravy on it. There goes your corn and the mashed potato. It's got it's got bacon in it and all kind of stuff. And it's got a smoked flavor. And there goes the other plate here. And let me take a picture of this because it looks good. And let me tell you, folks, this is very simple to make. And the great thing about it, you can use one skillet, and you cook everything in one skillet. Yep. Look at that. So, folks, I'm gonna eat this because when it gets cold, I don't want it. So, tomorrow I won't be cooking. I have to go somewhere, folks. I really do. So tomorrow I'll put up some pictures of food or something that I've done in the past. I don't know. I'll think of something, like a rerun show. But anyway, folks, I love you guys. Love your support. And let me go eat this. And maybe I'll give you a sneak preview of how it looks and tastes. Stay tuned because I might surprise you. So you ready for this? I got to do this quick because I'm running out of camera space. So let's cut a piece of the chicken and see how it tastes. It looks soft, nice. Look at this. Oh my God. Wish it were here. It's delicious. Mashed potatoes. Very good. It's nice and tender. It's cooked through. The gravy. You can taste the mozzarella in there. And it's great, folks. So with that said, now I gotta leave. See you guys Saturday. I won't be cooking tomorrow. I don't think I will. And Friday, of course, I go to my parents' house. But I will see you Saturday with a surprise. I don't know what it is yet. Love you guys. Go to my channel. Give me likes, thumbs up, subscribe. Do all that good stuff for me. Chef Jesse, also known as Uncle Jesse. America's favorite uncle. Love you guys. Really do. From the bottom of my heart.